My presentation today is on Dmitri Kabalevsky's Pieces for Children, Opus 39 and Opus 27, a lecture-recital on works for elementary and early intermediate students. Dmitri Kabalevsky was an accomplished 20th century pianist, composer, teacher, and educator, and he had a particular flair for composing music for children. Kabalevsky was born in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1904. His father was a mathematician and hoped that his son would also become involved in mathematics, but much to his father's dismay, Kabalevsky turned out to be a gifted musician and chose to pursue a career in music instead of mathematics. According to the Oxford Music Online site, Kabalevsky's most valuable legacy lies in the field of children's music, not only in terms of the many works he wrote for young performers, but also in his development of a system of musical education for children. He concentrated on developing a program for music in schools, made appearances at concerts and lectures, and, like Kodai and Orff before him, actually taught at a school. Kabalevsky's passion went deeper than just composing for the piano and teaching. He was concerned with what was really at the heart of a child, which I think is what really makes his music so attractive and genuine to young students and teachers alike. Kabalevsky felt that although having knowledge about technique is very important, of equal importance is to know the characteristics of children. The sound of their voices, how they laugh and how they cry, what interests them and what they dream about. In an article written by Kabalevsky himself for the Music Educator's Journal in 1964, entitled The Composer and Music for Children, he states that in order to compose music for children, it is not enough to be only a composer. One has to be at the same time a composer, a teacher, and an educator. A composer will see to it that the music is good and fascinating. A teacher will see to it that the music is expedient from a pedagogical standpoint and useful. An educator will have in mind that music, like any art, educates children, cultivates not only their artistic taste and creative imagination, but rears in them a love of life. Today I will introduce pieces from two sets of Kabalevsky's works that are of great pedagogical value. Opus 39, 24 pieces for children, and Opus 27, 30 pieces for children. Each of these sets contains a significant number of pieces appropriate for elementary and early intermediate level study. The levels that I will present today are from Jane McGraw's leveling system, which level pieces from 1, which is elementary, to 10, which is early advanced. From her book, The Pianist's Guide to Standard Teaching and Performance Literature. The books I'm playing from today, as you can see on the slide, are Sherm editions and are part of the Library of Russian Soviet Music. I will first present Opus 39, 24 pieces for children. These pieces are considered to be some of the easiest repertoire written by a major composer. The level of repertoire in Opus 39 is mainly between level 1 and level 3, although the last 3 pieces in the set are rated at levels 4, 5, and 6. Each of the pieces in these sets, or in this set, presents to the student a particular technical challenge. The first piece I'm going to demonstrate for you today is called Playing. This piece is played staccato throughout and consists of almost all quarter notes. Though the piece is in 3/4 time, it should be performed with only 1 pulse per measure instead of 3. The challenge then is for the student to feel the larger pulse, rather than treating each beat as its own entity. Listen for the interchange between hands, as this also might be a technical challenge for the beginning students. The second piece is called Waltz, and is a really lovely piece that I particularly like. The harmonies have an almost haunting quality and remind me of an old ballerina music box. Jumping is the next piece I've selected because it is a good study for playing 2-note slurs. The hands move in parallel motion, but the entrance of each hand is staggered, as you can see. which can be very technically challenging. Even I had a little bit of trouble playing this correctly. We will now take a closer look at Opus 27, 30 Pieces for Children. This set contains quite a variety of different style pieces, and many of them have colorful harmonies, interesting rhythmic patterns, and beautiful melodies. These pieces get progressively harder throughout the book. Unlike Opus 39, the set does not include any pieces that are levels 1 or 2. The pieces begin at level 3 and progress to level 7. The 4 pieces I will demonstrate are all level 3 pieces. The first piece I will perform from this set is called Waltz Time. This piece contains 2-note slurs in each hand that overlap, as you can see, which can be challenging for the student that has maybe just begun to learn independence of each hand. This is a very charming and harmonically interesting piece. The next 2 pieces I will play are both slower, more melodic pieces, mainly with the melody appearing over a chordal accompaniment. The first is simply titled Ditty, which I feel is not a very fitting name for this piece, nor is it very descriptive. So a student can be asked to come up with their own name, or maybe to describe what this piece sounds like to them. The second piece is titled At Night on the River. Both are beautiful pieces and will help the early elementary student develop their ability to play with an even legato touch. These are also good pieces for introducing rubato. It is one of my favorite pieces out of all the ones I've played today. The harmonies are exciting and the overall feel of the piece is really invigorating. The melody lies solely in the left hand, with chordal accompaniment in the right hand, which makes it a good study in balance, because most of us are used to playing the melody in the right hand and the accompaniment in the left. It's also a good piece for learning first inversion chords. Today, I hope you got a taste of Kabalevsky's music from the pieces I have performed, and feel inspired to explore these pieces with your own students. As you can see, Kabalevsky's music for children is at once patriotic, whimsical, and reminiscent of folk music, which makes this music really exciting and fun to play. Though it is true that the 20th century composer did not delve into the realm of the avant-garde like many of his contemporaries, and stayed true to many rules and expectations of the century that preceded him, his music still holds great value for teachers and performers alike. In 1987, Kabalevsky passed away, and a particular statement in his obituary explains to me why his music is still popular today. It said that Kabalevsky's greatest happiness was to write music for children, which is evident in the music that has become a part of the great teaching repertoire that we have the privilege to study today.